We talked about Barron, of course. You have to say hello to Patrick for me. I mean, it's cute, you know. He's 18 years old, but he's like...
Before the recent United States presidential elections, Barron Trump was a mystery. Sure, people knew him as Donald Trump's youngest son, but his personality, interests, and impact were unclear. Now, though, things are starting to come into focus and what's emerging is fascinating. So what exactly has Elon Musk said? Join us as we discuss this and more. If you've been paying attention, you might have noticed some buzz online. Both the Trump family and plenty of people across social media have been crediting Barron with playing a key role in securing younger voters for his father, Donald Trump, the former president and now president-elect. Apparently, he was in charge of handling podcast agreements. Barron reportedly negotiated these deals and managed outreach that tapped into the younger demographic, giving his dad an unexpected edge. Some even think that he has what it takes to be the president one day. Now, after an interesting appearance at the Trump family's Thanksgiving dinner, Elon Musk has revealed some fascinating things about Barron that not only confirm what we've been hearing but also exceed expectations. After the election success, the Trumps had a Thanksgiving dinner at Mar-a-Lago, and it had all the makings of a headline-worthy soiree. Donald Trump, fresh off his election victory, played DJ and broke out his signature dance moves to YMCA. Elon Musk sat at the dinner table, nodding along to the beat. And of course, there was Barron Trump, the youngest member of the Trump family, seated nearby, sharing what would become a viral moment with Musk. The internet, as expected, went into overdrive, speculating about what the Tesla and SpaceX billionaire could be discussing with Barron Trump, a college freshman who's mostly stayed out of the limelight. Was it about politics? Space exploration? Some secret family business? Well, Musk wasn't shy about putting the rumors to rest, and we'll spill the tea in a bit. For most of his life, Barron Trump has kept a relatively low profile. Even during his father's first term in office, he was known for being reserved and steering clear of public events unless they were major occasions like inaugurations or significant family appearances. He seemed content staying out of the political spotlight, allowing his older siblings to take center stage. But now it looks like things are beginning to change. Musk, who was closely involved with Donald Trump before and after the election, hinted that Barron might not be as reserved as people think. Behind the scenes, he's reportedly showing signs of curiosity and ambition that could eventually bring him into the public eye. At the Thanksgiving dinner, Musk, seated next to the president-elect, spent considerable time talking with Barron. According to Musk, Barron was deeply interested in artificial intelligence and its implications for the future. Musk later shared that the NYU freshman asked sharp and thoughtful questions about the role AI could play in areas like governance, education, and even climate solutions. Barron is incredibly sharp for his age, Musk reportedly said. He's got this quiet intensity about him. He's thinking about the bigger picture. This revelation has fueled speculation about Barron's potential role during Donald Trump's second term. While there's no official word yet, some insiders believe he might be preparing to take on a more active role, whether in his father's administration or in shaping his future as a public figure. MAGA's other kids and their spouses, including daughter Tiffany, son Eric, and Eric's wife, and RNC co-chair Lara Trump, were front and center at the event. Add to that an A-list guest list featuring campaign donors and star-studded figures, and it's no wonder the night exploded across social media. Now, back to Musk and Barron. In one viral post, SpaceX CEO Elon Musk was spotted deep in conversation with Barron Trump, who appeared notably more engaged than earlier moments captured in videos where he seemed bored as the party kicked off with loud music and dancing. One ex-user then shared a hilarious mock dialogue alongside a photo capturing the exact moment Donald Trump turned to Barron after tapping Musk on the shoulder to get him to join the dance floor fun. In the video, Trump asked, "Is it okay if I'm friends with Elon?" And Barron said, "I'll allow it, father." The post quickly went viral, earning laughs and retweets. Even Elon Musk himself couldn't resist joining in, adding to the humor by revealing the real topic of their conversation. He said he spent most of his time with Barron discussing consciousness and video games. The story didn't end there. Elon Musk's mother, May Musk, joined the online chatter, offering her own insight into the now famous conversation. They were talking all night, she shared, adding that Barron is very smart. Naturally, this set off a wave of curiosity about Barron's gaming habits. Questions began to pour in. One user asked, "Which video games does Barron play?" Another one tweeted, "Just wait until @BarronXSpaces starts posting on X, and then you can stream with him." Someone also asked, "Did you also discuss expanding human consciousness and going beyond Earth civilization? Also, does he play Diablo 4? So what does all this tell us?" Now, this is interesting because there's been a lot of buzz about Barron Trump lately. People are saying he might be way more than just the tall, quiet kid we see in photos. Some even think he's a real genius when it comes to strategy. And guess what? John Morgan, the guy behind the powerhouse law firm Morgan & Morgan and a former Democratic donor, just added some serious fuel to that fire. In a recent Fox News interview, Morgan dropped a bombshell about Barron. He called the 18-year-old far smarter than many of the campaign pros working for Kamala Harris. Yeah, you heard that right, smarter than the people who do this for a living. Morgan pointed to one of Barron's moves during his dad's campaign, pushing Donald Trump to appear on some of the most popular podcasts out there, like the Joe Rogan Experience. That decision, Morgan believes, was pure gold when it came to connecting with younger voters and ultimately beating Harris on Election Day. Now, think about this. While Kamala Harris's team was sticking to old-school media, TV interviews, and press conferences, Trump was diving headfirst into platforms that the younger crowd listens to. Podcasts like Joe Rogan's aren't just entertainment. They're places where big ideas and unfiltered conversations happen. By getting his dad on those shows, Barron helped create a more relatable image for Trump. It wasn't just politics. It was like, hey, I'm a real person too. Morgan didn't hold back when comparing this to Harris's strategy. He slammed her for avoiding podcasts altogether after that whole awkward Call Her Daddy interview. Instead of embracing the new media landscape, Harris stuck to traditional outlets, and according to Morgan, that was a major mistake. "If I'm running," he said, "I'm going on Rogan. I'm living on Fox. That's how you change minds." His point? You can't win over voters if you're not meeting them where they are. Morgan didn't just stop at praising Barron. He tore into Harris's campaign strategy. He called it a game of hide the ball, saying they avoided risk and ended up losing big time. According to him, Harris should have embraced platforms that let her speak directly to voters in a more casual, unfiltered way. But instead, she played it safe and it backfired. She should go away and never, ever come back, Morgan bluntly concluded. Harsh? Maybe. But it shows how high the stakes are when it comes to connecting with voters. If what Morgan says is true, then Barron Trump might be more involved and more influential than anyone realized. At just 18, he's being credited with helping shape a winning campaign strategy. That's no small feat, especially when you're up against seasoned political teams. And honestly, it kind of makes you wonder, is Barron just getting started? Could we be looking at a future political powerhouse in the making? According to Musk, Barron was chatting all night, making it clear he's not as quiet as people might think. This new image of a talkative Barron comes shortly after Entertainment Tonight shared a throwback video from 2009. In the clip, a nearly 3-year-old Barron enthusiastically declares, "I like to play drums," when asked what he'd like for his birthday. Seems like he's always had a lot to say, it's just taken some time for that side to reemerge. Elon's comments suggest that Barron may be embracing his outgoing side again, and it's happening at a fascinating time in his life. As a college freshman, he's stepping into adulthood and perhaps into a more prominent role in the Trump family dynamic. And let's be honest, Thanksgiving with the Trumps sounds like it would require some serious conversational skills to keep up. It's also worth noting how comfortable the Trump family seems with Elon Musk's growing role in their inner circle. Musk himself appears to be loving it, based on his recent social media activity. Just days before spending Thanksgiving with the Trumps, Musk retweeted posts claiming he and Donald Trump are, basically best friends, and even jokingly calling Trump an honorary member of the Musk family. The feeling might be mutual, as Musk seems to have become something of a fixture at Trump family events. That said, Donald Trump might have had some initial reservations about Musk's constant presence. According to a report from Newsweek on November 13th, Trump jokingly told a meeting of House Republican leaders, "Elon won't go home. I can't get rid of him, at least until I don't like him, Still, it seems Barron's comfort with Musk may have softened any lingering hesitations. If Barron gets along with him, that might be enough to win Donald over. Meanwhile, Elon Musk himself has become a key player in the Trump administration's plans for the next 4 years. Alongside entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy, Musk has been tapped to lead the newly formed Department of Government Efficiency, an initiative designed to streamline federal operations and modernize government systems. Their collaboration has already sparked interest, with Musk frequently appearing alongside Donald Trump at events and discussions. At Thanksgiving, the duo made their way around the room, chatting with guests and keeping the atmosphere lively. Barron, seated next to his father on the other side, quietly observed but also engaged when the moment called for it. Now, let's see what Donald Trump himself has said about his son. At a campaign rally in October, Donald Trump took a moment to share his thoughts on his youngest son, Barron. "This kid's a genius. I'm telling ya," he told the crowd, clearly proud. "He's a wise guy, smart one." But Trump didn't stop there. During a conversation on the Joe Rogan Experience, he went further, revealing that Barron's IQ is an impressive 170. That's not just smart, that's near genius level, a fact that left listeners buzzing. Lara Trump, Barron's sister-in-law, offered her glimpse into the teen's personality during an interview. "Barron Trump is so cool," she said, smiling. "He's like the sleeper. He's kind of stayed out of the spotlight intentionally." She went on to describe him as incredibly smart and entertaining. "He's his father's son for sure. He's going to do incredible things." Lara also shared an interesting story about Barron's behind-the-scenes involvement during Trump's campaigns. Despite being just a kid at the time, Barron was already strategizing. "There have been so many times I've been traveling with my father-in-law, and Barron will call," she said. "He'll say, 'Dad, I have an idea. You should go to this baseball stadium, or try this, it'll get more votes.'" His ideas were surprisingly thoughtful for someone so young. "We have to give Barron some serious credit," Lara added, clearly impressed. For the most part, Barron has stayed away from the public eye, much like his mother, Melania. While many thought this was a deliberate decision to shield him from the chaos of public life, Lara's comments suggest there's more to his story. Barron might be staying out of the limelight, but that doesn't mean he isn't paying attention. Some of his high school classmates have even described him as quiet and a bit secretive. A kid who keeps his cards close to his chest. But don't mistake his silence for indifference. Barron seems to have inherited his dad's strategic mind and his ability to think several steps ahead. While he may be low profile now, his ability to analyze situations and offer thoughtful suggestions shows a level of maturity and intelligence beyond his years. Lara's comments paint a picture of Barron as calculated, thoughtful, and very much his father's son. While Melania often stays in the background, Barron seems to share his father's instinct for politics and strategy. It's a subtle, almost understated resemblance, but one that speaks volumes about who Barron might become in the future. On September 4, 2024, Barron Trump was officially spotted as a student at New York University. NYU security officers confirmed to People that he had arrived on campus, with Secret Service agents by his side. That day, he was seen outside the library, blending into the bustling life of Manhattan, yet unmistakably standing out as the youngest member of the Trump family. Later that month, Barron's mother, Melania Trump, gave insight into his decision during an interview with Fox News. According to her, choosing NYU and staying in the family's iconic Manhattan Tower was entirely Barron's idea. "He decided to come here," Melania said with pride. "He wants to be in New York, study in New York, and live in his home, and I respect that." Her words reflected not just admiration but also a deep sense of trust in her son's independence and ability to make mature choices for his future. She didn't hold back in expressing her pride. "He's an incredible young man," she said. "I'm very proud of what he grew up to be, his strength, his intelligence, his knowledge, his kindness. It's admirable." As Barron settles into life at NYU, he's embracing a balance of independence and legacy. Living in Trump Tower, he's surrounded by the towering presence of his family's history while carving out a fresh chapter for himself. It's a move that shows his confidence and his desire to stay grounded while reaching for new heights. Whether he's diving into books at the NYU library or navigating the streets of Manhattan with the Secret Service in tow, Barron is stepping out of the shadows. Gone is the shy teenager, who largely stayed behind the scenes during his father's presidency. Now, he's taking measured steps into a life of his design. With his studies at NYU underway, the question of Barron's future is more open than ever. Will he follow in his father's political footsteps, drawing from his family's vast network and experience? Or will he pursue his path, perhaps in technology, business, or a field that reflects his generation's priorities? One thing is certain. Barron's potential is as immense as the city he now calls home. His quiet confidence, combined with the influences of his family and contemporary innovators like Elon Musk, suggests that the possibilities are endless. The story of Barron Trump's arrival begins with a bit of a twist. In 2005, just 6 months after Donald Trump and Melania tied the knot, the couple discovered they were expecting their first child together. For Donald, the news came as a surprise, not because he didn't expect children, but because of how quickly it happened. Melania fondly recalled the moment she shared the big news. "He came home, and I told him he'd be a daddy." His reaction was, at first he needed to take it in. It was a real surprise. And then he was very happy, she shared. Donald, echoing her sentiment, added, "I expected we were going to have children, so I wasn't totally surprised. But I was surprised by the speed of it. It happened very quickly." On March 20th, 2006, Barron William Trump was born. While many fathers choose to be in the delivery room for such a momentous occasion, Donald opted to stay out. He explained that he thought it would be easier for Melania if he wasn't present during her 8-hour labor. As it turned out, Melania described her delivery as very, very easy. Following Barron's birth, Donald expressed his joy, telling people, "Everyone's perfect. She's really happy, and it's really great." Barron's name also has a unique backstory. Donald had always loved the name but never felt quite brave enough to use it with his older children. This time, he floated the idea to Melania, who immediately embraced it. But as the due date approached, Donald began second-guessing his choice. "It's a name I've always loved, but I never dared to use," Donald admitted during an appearance on the Oprah Winfrey Show. "I gave the idea to Melania, and then I was going to take it away at the very end. But Melania wasn't having it. She had already bonded with the name. She said, 'You can't take it away. I've been calling him Barron while he's been in my stomach. And you just can't take it away.'" Donald recounted. "So what do you think about Barron Trump? Do you think he can end up leading the United States like his father? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe to our channel. For a more interesting video, click on the next video that pops up on your screen now. You'll love it.